Falcon fans, and of course, good old Falcon fans. And don't forget, Mohamed Sanu. He talking us in the building with us, talking
What's
Falcons
happening?
football. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast. Terry, Carey, Mohamed Sanu, how are y'all doing this evening?
Fantastic. How about yourselves?
Oh man,
Doing
doing
great.
great, doing great.
Yeah,
Carey,
we feel great.
this is
No,
going to
so
be great
awesome.
here, Falcon fans. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. We have Mohamed Sanu here, former Atlanta Falcon, and of course, I know fans have questions, fans have comments about the Falcons this year, and of course, Mohamed Sanu's career too as well. So definitely appreciate Mohamed taking the time out of his day to join us here on One Time for the Fans. So chat, give a big shout out to Sanu here in the chat with a loud Sanu. Let's go ahead and crank it up for him. Mohamed, how's everything going for you, brother?
Things are going great. Honestly, I've got a lot of different things that I've been working on. Sorry, I'm getting to a place that's not as loud. There's laundry going on downstairs.
He's living
but
everyday life, Falcon fans.
Yeah, everyday life. But no, things are going great. Just been building these sports complexes with my partners and working on helping the youth really understand how to, achieve their goals from, early stages. A lot of kids
Well, that's nice.
have
That's nice,
dreams
man.
and aspirations to be certain things, and what our sports complexes offer. We train kids from 5 years old to grandma and grandpa all the way up to 90 years old. So we have everything for everybody all across the board, and I try to give that experience that I've had as a professional athlete to the whole community, per se.
Well, that's great, man. Matter of fact, because we're going to talk some football here tonight, but we're going to talk a little bit about Mohamed Sanu too as well. Terry, you did have a question for Mohamed Sanu that actually leads into what he was just mentioning too as well. You want to go ahead and ask this for him?
I did. Mohamed, we noticed that you run football camps in the city. And as you just stated, you've been a part of a few philanthropic projects, and you're about that action. I mean, you really walk it and talk it. My question is, have you always had this need to give back to the community? And where does that instinct come from for you? Mohamed, you there? Oh,
Say that
Might have
again?
some connection
Yeah,
issues.
I'm here. I lost you for a second.
Mhm.
Yeah.
you want me to
Say that one more time?
take the question?
Yeah, please.
Oh, no problem at all. I'm sorry about that. All right, so you've run
Yeah.
football in the
No, you're
city.
good.
You said what?
It's a
Yeah, I had
connection
lost you
issue.
for a second. Now.
Connection issue, Terry. We're good. We're good. You can ask the question, Terry.
Okay. You run a few football camps in the city. You've been a part of some philanthropic projects wherever you've gone. You've always had this need to give back to the community. Where does this instinct come from?
I think it's an inherited gene from my mother. She's always been that person that's done that type of things all across the board, wherever she's been, and even back in my native countries early on. Currently, she's building a community center that's really, really big that'll service pretty much the whole community, give them a place to house their business, because a lot of people just run their business on the street or in the corner or wherever it is, and it gives kids a place to get access to internet, because less than 10% of Sierra Leone kids and the community gets access to internet alone. So we are building a community lab there, and then the second floor will be just a hall where they can host events, and the community can gather and do whatever type of ceremonies that they need. Because that's really big within the culture. So it just gives them just another outlet, kind of like what Legacy is. So it's just she's been working on that for a while, and she's always been kind of like a catalyst in how I am today.
I think that's awesome. Are
That
you
is.
talking
Amazing.
about Project Develop Africa? Is that the project that you're referring to?
Yeah, we partner with Develop Africa to build the community center. They're the foundation that's been helping us, further it and get more awareness out there. Because honestly, for the first 5 years, it's just been myself and my mother been working on it, and it's just one of those things that's been near and dear to her heart. So obviously, I'm gonna do everything I can, but it's like I want, you know, I've given a lot to everyone, and I want them to feel like they can do the same and be a part of it, and not only me. I want the people that I've connected to feel like, oh, okay, like this is a chance for me to connect with Sanu and connect with his roots, and give back to those that were less fortunate than even he was, and for him to be able to, you know, succeed within his circumstance. Let's give somebody another chance to do the same, to impact our lives the way he impacted our lives. Like, and that's all I want to do is give them that opportunity to impact, folks' lives.
That's
That's
beautiful.
truly amazing right there. The work that you've done on the field and of course off the field too as well definitely needs to be recognized by many, man, because for the work that you're doing over there in Africa and of course what you're doing right here in the city too as well, we definitely appreciate it, man, because we know you as like a player, like we're all fans here, a lot of Atlanta Falcon fans here in the chat, but we know you as the player, so it's great just to find out a little bit more of Mohamed Sanu off the field too as well, because fans want to come here and just talk Falcons. But we want to know about Mohamed Sanu, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's great to have you here. Like, it's amazing that you took the time out of your day to join us. 5, 10, 15 minutes, doesn't matter how much time you can spend with us. But fans here in the chat know that One Time for the Fan is a real positive fan base, doing things not only on the podcast community network, but of course in the community too as well. So we want to make sure if you have anything going on, Sanu, let us know, man. We'll be glad to help you out too as well in the front.
Without a doubt, I love that because that's what it's all about. Like, we're all one community, right? And if we're able to all help each other better, get better, grow, learn, whatever the case may be, create better habits and things of that nature. Just help each other and see it as if we're uplifting our community. We will flow better. Our ecosystem will be a lot better, and it all starts within, and everybody taking the time to help one another. But it's so sad because the way that this algorithm that they got going on is made up to make you more of a, I would say, a energy vamp instead of an energy recycler, because I like to recycle energy that's given. So it's just strange, and then that's what we gotta break that cycle and keep recyclers instead of.
No, I agree. Carrie,
That's a great point.
how you doing over there, Carrie? How's Florida life treating you?
Good, great. I'm just so happy that Sanu's here tonight. Took time out of his day to talk Falcons football and tell us about himself and what he has going on. It's awesome.
No, this is fun. I mean, you talked about the impact, of course, what you're doing off the field. Of course, you had a major impact on the field too as well.
Connection by
connection back. Yep. It's all right. This is StreamYard, man. We always did StreamYard, so don't worry about it. And of course, we uncut and uncensored, man. So if you want to drop an F-bomb on StreamYard, go right ahead. We ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? It's us. It's One Time for the Fan. It's from the fan. It's for the fan. You can see the connection with StreamYard is tripping.
Yeah.
You can hear it a little bit with Sanu's network too as well. And hopefully you can go ahead and join us back here shortly. But Falcon fans, this is what it's all about. When you're talking with Mohamed Sanu, when you're talking with who else we've had? Myles Garrett, who else? John Fricky, Chef Matt, who now is running the number one food and beverage department across all NFL stadiums. So big shout out to Chef Matt. But we hope to get Sanu back. I'm going to go ahead and send him a text here shortly. Connection was definitely a little bit choppy on his end, but let's see who we got here. Send him a link here. Falcon fans, y'all good? Falcon fans in the chat going crazy. Sullivan, Sanu, Chun is in the chat with new. Big shout out to Shucky Ducky. Big shout out to Kenneth Allen in the chat too as well. Let me send him a link and get him back in here. That's why I was hoping StreamYard can do like different I guess settings on the links that you send, because some people are in like bad areas. We send links to people on the West Coast. Right, we've had somebody in here that was in Bali that time. Remember that time we had Denise Moore that was in here in Bali? We have a connection coming up with a German podcast too as well. That's going to be kind of difficult. I don't know how that's going to work out. But let's go ahead and see if we can get Sanu back on over here, because the connection was pretty choppy. Our producer Carrie is working on it. Our producer Carrie is working on it. Let's see. Okay. We're going to work on getting them back on. This is great here, Falcon fans, to have. Is that Myles Garrett? Was that Myles Garrett you saw? Myles Garrett, you up in here? Big shout out to Myles Garrett, too, as well. Big shout out to Lisa Shepard, everybody in the chat. Let's see if we get back on over here. Falcon fan, this is great. Sorry about the time delay too as well. Of course, with work and everything, and the setup we had to get ready for tonight was kind of difficult. Carrie, you there? Think Carrie's working on it. Carrie, you busy? Are you good? Carrie's connection is kind of messed up too as well. God damn. Terry, can you cut off one of the computers? Can you give us some internet over there? God damn.
Back. You want some bandwidth back? Yeah, let me call up some folks. Hey guys, yeah, we're gonna have to turn the bandwidth down here. Down, maybe 70%. Yeah, we can run it. Yeah. Well, the rest of the world needs internet. Come on, not just me. It's not about.
Try. Let's go ahead and Carrie's working on to get Sanu back. The connection was definitely a little choppy with Sanu's network, but guess what? He was here for a couple minutes. He talked about Project Africa. You can hear a little bit about what he's doing off the field too as well, and that's big. Right here, Falcon fans, because Sanu did play a big part of playing with the Falcons when he was here for those years, but it's a lot what goes into what these players do off the field, Terry, that we talk about. Grady Jarrett's a big community guy. Arthur Blank mentioned that too as well, about a lot of these players, Carrie, have to be big community guys, right? And to hear what Sanu is doing now away from football is big. So big shout out to what he has going on with the Project Develop Africa, and of course with the youth camps too as well that he's working on. So definitely want to follow Sanu on his channel too as well. Terry, what's going on, man? Do we have a What's Bugging T-Will tonight? You try to wait for Sanu to get back?
We do have a What's Bugging T-Will. We do in fact have a What's Bugging T-Will. So, when our beloved Falcons lost the game 1, I heard all sorts of responses and retorts and stuff like that. And some of the things that were echoing from the bellowed halls of the Benz were, let's go out and get Cam Newton. Let's go get Cam. You know what else? Hell, man, we saw this last year. Let's go get Ritter. Let's go get him. Why not? Another thing I heard, the season is over, guys. The season is over. We're going to lose. We suck. We're just not coming back together. And my favorite that Carrie and I a couple of times was, we gave this MFer $100 million? Really? So I'd like to put on my my journalist hat here. I don't have my other one, but let me see. I'll switch it up for you. So I'm going to put on my journalist hat, and I'm going to say, number one, that is ridiculous. Okay? So point by point, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think we should bring back Cam Newton, I would say to you that 2015 called, and they want you back there. Okay? Because you have no business in 2024, because clearly your head's been under a rock for about 9 years. Okay? Love Cam to death, but that arm is gone. Not gone, right? Not gone. Gone. Gone, as my grandmother would say. It ain't coming back. Dude's injured. He can't throw. Okay? He's done. Kaput. Point one. Point two.
You can say kaput. You can say kaput.
I did say kaput. Benito. He's Dunzo, right? Did you guys really say Ritter? Did you let Ritter come out of your mouth? Ritter. And no disrespect to Ritter. Okay? No disrespect. But if Kirk played on one leg, he'd be better than Ritter. Let's and let's be real, Falcons. We have trauma. Okay? We have trauma. We understand it. We've been through a lot, right? We've got trauma. But you can't let that trauma guard you, just make you make bad decisions. Most of the time, I saw a post the other day that says when you're mad, right, you make bad decisions. 99% of the decisions that you make when you're angry, it's a bad decision. And bringing back Ritter would be a bad decision. No disrespect to him, great young man, but no, we don't need him back. Okay, let's flush that thought. Let's put that thought right in this box. Let's throw the box away in the sea of forgetfulness and never hear from it again.
Shit.
Okay?
What?
Stupid ass idea. Okay. Number 3, my favorite. The season is over. Really, guys? Really? It's one game. One game. How many games we got, Jack?
We got a lot of games left.
No. How many games do we have in the NFL
According to them, we got one more left.
No.
I mean, we have no more left.
Hold on. I gotta get quick to the wild. Terry's gonna say that deserves a wow. There you go.
I mean, jeez.
We got 16 games left, guys. Right? We have 16 games. Even if we go 0-3, we have 14 left. The rest of our schedule will be easy. We will sweep the South. We are good. RELAX, relax. And finally, and my favorite stupidism from game 1 that I heard, because I'm sick of hearing this. I am sick and tired of people who have no idea what they're talking about make this comment. And that is, we gave this MFer $1 million. People out there, do me a favor tonight. Go to a gas station. See if you can get a gas for I don't know $1 a gallon, right? See if you can do that, right? Well, why do you say that, T. Will? Why are you so upset? Because that's the same foolish thinking, right? Do me a favor, Jack. I see you got the internet right there. Pull up top 10 contracts for cornerbacks, and you won't even see Kirk on it, right? Annual value. Dak just got $60 million, like yours truly said he would about 4 or 5 months ago. Let me know when you got it ready. You want
Terry's not playing tonight.
Well,
this was bugging T. Will.
It is what's bugging T. Will.
Look at this fool.
They said top 10 quarterback contracts,
or top 20 quarterback contracts. Kirk's not even in the top 10, and that's my point. You make these statements, and half of you don't know what you're talking about. And like my mama said, if you don't know, shut up. We got it up. Where's Kirk Cousins on there, Jack? Let's find him, shall we?
He's around.
Let's find him. He's not even in the
12.
top 10. He's 12th. So, those of you who still pay $1 a gallon, feel free to go ahead and bitch all you want.
Not Ritter. Oh my
Not
god.
Ritter.
No,
they really. I've had a few people tell me like, let's bring Ritter back. Why not? It's true.
No, Jack, do me a favor. Bring that back up, right? How much is Dak making? $60 million
That's
a year.
making a ton of money too.
Dak is making $60 million a year, right? I think Joe and at least 3 people below him are making $55 million.
Jordan Love, who just got injured too as well, getting that contract, is making around 55, 56.
Right. Kirk is making $40 million. Okay. If Kirk was a car, he wouldn't be a Lexus. He wouldn't be a Mercedes. He wouldn't be a luxury vehicle. He'd be maybe an Accord. People, it is 2024. All quarterbacks make money. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. Or if you can, do me a favor, go back in time to 1989, because clearly that's where you belong, because your brain can't accept the fact that these quarterbacks are making this kind of money. Okay? Period. Yes, I paid $10 for to fill up my car with gas. And I was taking a girl on a date, but it was 1988. She was hot, by the way. She was very hot. But it was 1988. Okay? It was 1988. So the next time you get ready to open your mouth and complain about $100 million, do me a favor, shut up and think about what you're about to say. And before you speak, how about you do some research? This is the going rate for quarterbacks, people. Let me ask you another question. Do you guys think that the money that you're making right now in 2024 is equivalent to what folks made in the 80s? I can tell you it's not. You know what minimum wage was in 1988?
Nowhere near it.
$2.65 an hour. Get over yourselves. Did Kirk play great? No, he did not. He did not. He was bad. But it's the first game. They hadn't practiced. They hadn't played a game in 3 weeks. They were probably a little rusty. And if you do your research, the second interception, Kirk actually bumps into a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman, and it impedes the throw, right? Yes, he threw in the triple coverage, but the receiver was running up the line on the sideline. If Kirk throws it out and to the left to his outside shoulder, nobody even comes near it.
He
Okay.
is ranting. I feel like I'm in trouble and I'm getting like talked to by my dad.
I know, right? Can we leave the class now, Terry? Shit.
You're not.
No, just playing.
I'm almost done.
Go ahead.
The fumble was not on Kirk. You got a linebacker that's running in motion, and the ball was snapped as he got behind the center. That's not on Kirk. Okay. Now, was Kirk great? He was not. Was he good? He was not. Okay. That effort was not good. But my whole point to this is, number one, give yourselves a break. Okay. Kirk is a decent quarterback. All you got to do is look at the back of his card. He's thrown $4,000 yards at least 5-6 times. Relax, people. Number two, we don't need Ritter in here. We damn sure don't need Cam. The season is not over, and do your research and shut your mouth about this $100 million.
Phew.
And I'm out. There we go.
Hey, big shout out to T Will. One time for the fan. What's bugging T Will? You can hear it Wednesdays, Fridays, Sundays. Never know what time you can hear it or what day you can hear it. But I guarantee you, Terry's gonna give you something that you want to hear. But Terry's cooking. Not only Terry F. Baby's cooking, T Will from One Time for the Fan cooking too as well. Don't forget, want to give a big shout out to Mohamed Sanu too as well for joining us earlier. Connection was a little choppy. I don't know if you guys noticed that too as well. I don't know if it's StreamYard. Don't know if it's how it is with his connection, but he joined us for a couple of minutes just to talk about what he got going on off the field. And of course, we're gonna get Sanu back on the podcast too as well, just like we have every other special guest that's been on this podcast. So it's gonna be a great time here coming up on One Time for the Fan for the next upcoming. Damn, the Braves just lost. Damn.
Yeah, man.
Bro, how?
How's the playoffs looking like for them?
Iffy, very iffy.
Man.
But to be fair, the Braves have had more injuries than any other team.
Yeah, somebody else just went down too as well. They sent somebody else to IR, didn't they? Today?
Yeah. I thought the pitcher. Yeah, one of the pitchers.
The pitcher,
yeah.
So I was feeling good.
No.
Talking with you all, Falcons football, and then Sanu got here. We're having a good time. Chat is live, is lit. I looked down at the phone, and guess what? Braves lost.
Yeah. I honestly, I expected Reynaldo Lopez at some point to get injured because he was a reliever last year, which means he threw about 66 innings. He has thrown 100. He's a starter this year, right? Which means starters go longer. He's thrown 128 innings thus far. Mm-hmm. And your arm just can't take that. So for me, hopefully we can put him on the DL for about 20 days and he can come back in the playoffs. Maybe we can put him in the bullpen. Jack, you about to say something?
Yeah, I just want to say, thank you to everybody in the chat that was here tonight because we had some technical difficulties in the beginning, but of course, when we started the show, our guy Mohamed Sanu popped in with us. But Carrie, let's talk quickly about Falcons Steelers before we get to Falcons Eagles. I mean, Kirk Cousins going 16 for 26, 155 yards, 2 interceptions on the day, 1 TD, a beautiful touchdown throw to Kyle Pitts, by the way. Sacked twice, 59 rating for the game. I mean, 28.9 QBR. Kerry, just your thoughts of what Kirk Cousins needs to do now to prepare himself for the Eagles this week, because that's going to be a primetime game, Monday Night Football. But what do you think Kirk Cousins is doing to prepare for this game to, get better?
I mean, personally, he's a veteran, right? So he knows what he needs to do. He's been in the league a long time. I feel that maybe part of it could have been, jitters, or he was playing scared because he hasn't played since week 8 of last season. So it's been a long time since he's been in a live, game, because he didn't play preseason. And yeah, he's practiced, but that's definitely not the same as playing in an actual game. So I get that. I feel that I'm really hoping he's healthy. I'm concerned. To be honest, I am concerned. I don't know. He says he's healthy, though. I listened to him today on a show, and he says he's healthy. He says that his ankle felt good during the game. His Achilles felt good during the game. It felt good after, even with the hits, all the hits that he took from TJ Watt.
Mm-hmm.
So he says he feels good, and he also says, so then they asked him on the show, do you think it was rust then? Because, a lot of people said, well, maybe he's just rusty because he didn't play preseason. He said, no, he didn't think it was rust either. So he thought it was just more so that they hadn't played together and, new play caller, and he's ready to play week 2. So I don't know. I'm hoping we play more to his strengths with the whole play action pass. I don't understand. It almost felt like we know that that's what Kirk, how he flourishes with play action. So why are we not having him play under center? It was just very strange to me. I don't know if it was trying to. I really don't know, because why wouldn't you play to his strength to win the game unless you're trying to protect him because you're scared of his injury?
Felt like Matthew Stafford a little bit, like the Rams when they had him in the shotgun a bunch. Out there. So maybe they're trying to run a little bit of like what they did in LA too as well. But I was just confused as to why, he wasn't in play action or under center more, or even running the ball out of the shotgun. But a couple of things I was confused with, and I went back and watched the game. But Kerry, we hope that he is ready for Monday night, because it's primetime football, Kerry. It's a big game out in Philadelphia. And
they're going to be there. Oh man!
I was hoping to ask Sanu to give me some, words of encouragement, because he's been out there in Philly and played in Philly too as well. That game when was that the year after 2016 we went out there, and then heard that fan base is pretty rough. So Falcon fans, we're gonna have a good time out there, but still, yes, Gary, I will be there.
Stay safe out there, my friend.
Be safe as you're watching the game. As you're watching the game from the house, right?
That's a tough environment. I'm not gonna lie. That's a tough environment. And yeah, we're gonna be on the big stage. We're finally getting primetime games again. And after that, I mean, I believe in this team. I'm a positive Falcons fan. We're gonna win the game, right? But I do have my reservations. I am nervous. I mean, who wouldn't be after what we saw offensively out there? Defense, I'm not concerned with at all. I mean, you hold a Steelers team to all field goals, you should win the game. So I just hope, the long week of the offense took, I hope they get prepared, because you got a tough environment and a tough team, a team that just put up, 30-something points in Brazil? Yeah. So you got to be ready. We cannot win the game 10 points on the board. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, Falcon fans, you have a team, like Kerry just mentioned, coming away with a 34-29 win on the road in Brazil, to where Jalen Hurts went for 279 yards, 2 TDs, 20 for 34. But Barkley had 24 carries, 109 yards. So I know fans know about the positives of this team and how we could look going up there beating the Eagles, but it is going to be a tough matchup on all three fronts. It's going to be a tough matchup up front in the trenches. It's going to be a tough matchup. Secondary, tough matchup. Wide receiver, everywhere. Because the Eagles team is stacked. Not going to lie. Right? Now, can we win that game? Yes. Should we win this game? Yes. If you come back to the Benz 0-2, you have the Super Bowl champs, back-to-back Super Bowl champs at the Benz for Sunday Night Football. 2 primetime games back-to-back. Don't forget about the Saints after that. And then you go primetime again on Thursday night, which follows your last primetime game at the end of the season against the Raiders. But Falcon fans, we talked about this on One Time for the Fan. The first 4 games were going to be tough. We mentioned that. But like we said the other day on the podcast, you lost to the Steelers. Now go beat a team that fans expect you to lose to. So fans are probably counting this out. Carrie, you posted in the chat earlier. Everybody's picking the Eagles from that NFL Fox crew apparently to beat us.
Sweep. Not one team picked the Falcons.
Not one team picked the Falcons.
I mean, honestly, if you weren't biased, Philly at home. I mean, I'm not gonna cap them. I mean, I don't blame them. After what we saw, I think the Falcons are going to win, but national media, I get why no one picked the Falcons. I'm not going to lie. I mean, look what we did at home. We're going away in Philly. That's a tough environment.
It is a tough environment, but Falcon fans are still going to be there repping and cheering on our Falcons the best we can, man. Because I'm telling you, I ain't finna sit down for no Eagle fan telling me to sit down. Shit. Chef Wolf said, have fun, Jack. Keep your power up and your phone. Stay safe, but wear real. But keep it real and wear your colors. Man, you already know what I'm going to do, Chef. You know, I'm not the fan to get kicked out of these games, so I'm not really too worried about that. But I'm just the fan to know that somebody's going to look at me and say, oh, yeah, that guy over there seems like a diehard. And, you know, Eagles fans seems to try all the diehards, apparently. So I've seen the videos, I've heard the talk. But I'm going with an Eagles fan, too, as well. So it's like 5 Falcon fans and it's an Eagle fan. So it's like we're good. Yep. Hey, come on. You want to get into this argument real quick for me because I don't feel like doing this. So it's easier to just call an Eagles fan over here to deal with it. But I told y'all what I do when I go to these games anyway. I talk to the fans around me to let them know who I am. Let them know that hey, I'm going to be cheering just like you. I'm a fan just like you. But if you're an asshole, that's where the problem starts, right? So I'm going to do that in Philly this week. I'm going to have the phone on. You want to go over to Instagram, so One Time for the Fan, so that way you guys can check out what is going on behind the scenes in Philly this weekend.
Like week 1, we had a whole bunch of.
Oh my gosh, the week 1 footage was amazing. Everybody was loving the week 1 footage behind the bench footage, as you can see in the tunnels as the players were running out, engaging with the fans, interacting with the staff, the organization, everybody. We had a lot of Terry. You saw it. I mean, everybody was on there. It was great.
I was out there with 2 phones.
Oh my gosh. Carrie got 2 phones. Terry, that's a song from.
I know.
Okay.
One for the load, right? One for the load. I know the song. I know.
Oh, Terry.
What?
Terry's been in the trap apparently, huh?
No. I have young friends, and they keep me abreast of all the street lingo,
the street lingo.
Yeah, the colloquialisms and everything.
Hey, keep us up to date with it, Terry. Anything that we're missing, let us know. I mean, we're trying to be as hip just like you, man. Just let us know.
I think you guys are young and hip, man. I got to depend on y'all. You know what I mean? So,
Terry, I do have to ask you a question. You did ask Mohamed Sanu a great question about what he's doing off the field with project development in Africa and so forth. But what did you get from Sanu when he was mentioning, his take on just, helping out the youth, the kids in the city, and of course everybody over there in Sierra Leone too as well, and anybody that he can come in contact with in Africa. Like, what do you take from what Sanu's doing off the field that also impacted him on the field too as well? Because these players, once they stop playing football, or even if they're still in the running of playing football, they find things to do away from football.
Right.
And you can see that he's in the community, not only here in Atlanta, but of course in Africa too as well. That's big when you take it abroad and go to a place like Africa, right? And these players, they just take it to the next level and they go above and beyond. But what did you get from Sanu when he was mentioning earlier about Project Develop in Africa and of course his youth camps that he's working with?
I think he's figured it out. And once you figure it out, you get it. But the more you give, the more you receive.
Mm-hmm.
True. The more you give.
True.
There's a saying that says money is the root of all evil, and that's incorrect. The exact saying is the love of money is the root of all evil. And if you figure it out, you should use money and love people as opposed to loving money and using people, right?
Mm.
And what he's figured out is that, look, I have resources, I have this, but the more that I give, the more that I open up, the more things will open up to me and give me opportunities to give. And it's cyclical, right? So you don't know how the blessings will return to you, but they will return. And the other thing is he understands the need for community, right? If I'm walking down the street and I see a little kid getting beaten up, today, and I do nothing about it, then that could be a kid I know tomorrow. So I am indebted to my community. If I walk out in my street and I drop a paper towel or I drop a cup in the street and leave it, then guess what? Somebody else has to come back and pick that up. We are all connected. We are part of the community. And I think that's where he was. And it's great. The other thing that he talked about, that he referenced, was that he said, we have to figure it out, that it's about helping, um, and what do you say, restoring energy and not being energy vampires. In other
I
words,
know,
we're
I love it.
trying to take away from you. We're not trying to oppress you. I don't have to succeed where you fail. We can all succeed. And that's what I got from him. And hello, Sonya Norwood. It was very nice to meet you on Sunday. She dropped that in the chat. But yeah, those are my
Oh, nice.
Falcon fans, for those that was in the chat earlier, they got a chance to hear what Sanu said about what he's doing off the field. If you get a chance, definitely go back and listen to it if it's your first time here joining up. But I'm sure if you have any impact in your community too as well, and you can find a way to probably reach out to Sanu to see if they need any assistance too as well. We just mentioned that to him earlier too as well, that if he has any type of projects or anything going on in the community at one time for the fan can help with, we'd love to be a part of it. So big shout out to Sanu. We're definitely gonna get him back on the channel. So some of y'all heard how choppy it was. Terry was in 2027, Sanu was in 2024. We're trying to find out what was going on with the connection, but
Terry.
it was great that he was here too as well. So definitely apologize about the technical difficulties early too as well. But for all you fans, just keep believing in yourself. Keep believing in yourself like you believe in this team, like you believe in your family. And I guarantee you, everything will be taken care of. So big shout to Carrie too as well. Carrie was at the game Sunday. Is that how they say it, Carrie? Turn.
I don't know.
Carrie's at the game Sunday. Turn. T-Will was walking around stumbling. They had to pick him up off the ground 2 or 3 times. I told police, I'm like, yo, I know him. Like, he's cool. But Carrie, let's talk about quickly before you go, the fans, the stadium. Like, you flew in from Florida. So, this is, Florida, Georgia connection. This ain't like you're here in Atlanta every day. So give us a little bit of what you saw at the Benz and what was your experience, even though the Falcons lost. Give us your experience as a fan.
I mean, I still had an amazing time. I got to see familiar faces, friends. I also got to meet so many people that I've met, from social media, from this channel. It was awesome. Got to meet them for the first time. So shout out to them. But I just want to say that I saw all over social media, especially Twitter, that people were saying how the Steelers took over the Benz, which was partially true. But people have to remember that Steelers fans travel very heavy. They're diehard. They're a huge fan base. They do that.
I don't think they took over the
go.
Benz though, like how they said they were. There was a ton of Falcon fans out there.
Exactly, and that's where I want to get at, because on Twitter people were saying that it seemed like they took over and all this. I have video proof, and I have firsthand proof, my eyes, that we had honestly more white flags. I mean, 50,000 flags at least waving. We outnumbered those ugly yellow. Yes, exactly. I got mine behind those ugly yellow.
This was a smart idea from the marketing team.
Definitely.
This was smart. They know the terrible towels are going to be waving, so go ahead and put them flags up. This was smart, right?
Yes.
Here. Big shout out to the Falcons. Okay.
But I think the fans they showed out, they showed up, and yeah, I don't think it's cool. I think it's not cool to I don't know, not trash, but just talk negatively about fans not being loud enough at the stadium, because at least these fans showed up and they're supporting their team, and you should do that too, you know?
That fourth quarter
So
was rocking on that third down to get them off the field
Yes,
a
I
I was
couple
think
of
they were
times.
screaming.
very
Terry?
loud. I
I
think
was
they were
screaming.
very loud. Guys, we were there. Okay. Myth number one, it's not that there were more Steelers fans than us. They showed up early. So
Right.
when you got there at 11:30, yes, you saw a bunch of Steelers fans because the Falcons fans were tailgating, doing whatever, drinking beer. Well, I don't know, but they showed up.
Fashionably late.
There you go.
Say it
But
again, Terry.
I fashionably late. But what I do know is, I tell you what, when I stood up in my seat and it was third down, I saw way more white flags than I saw folks with yellow towels. That's a fact. Lisa alluded to the fact that it may have been, and she also said she met Slash from Guns N' Roses. So
Oh, that's cool.
I can dig it. But she also said that it was 60-40. I would agree with that. I'm going to say it's either 60-40 or 60-35 Falcons. There's no way there was more Steelers in that
Right.
stretch.
And I just wanted to say that. I think that was a myth because we were there firsthand and Falcons fans showed up. There was a lot of Steelers fans, but that definitely.
You cut out, Kerry. You there?
There goes StreamYard again. See, Falcon fans.
And yeah,
So you're
I don't have
hearing
the
it right here.
opportunity. I don't have the opportunity to go to every home game, so but I'm not going to trash my team or the fans that show up and show out for their team. So even if I thought that they were outnumbered, because it's like I'm not there, they're doing their part. So I just want to say that. Shout out to all the
Falcon
fans
fans
that showed
packed
up.
out the Benz.
yes, they
As
did.
you all saw, not only on TV, but if you was at the Benz, you heard it, you felt it. A win would have made everything better.
Right.
But of course, Steeler fans travel well. Guess what, Falcon fans? Chiefs fans travel well too, especially after winning back-to-back championships. Now you can see the ticket prices from the first game to where it is now is not the same. So of course the prices have dropped down a little bit. So Falcon fans, you might be able to go ahead and snag some tickets for this upcoming game, because let's just say we do go out there and we beat the Eagles, because I do think we're going to beat the Eagles. Come back to the Benz after an amazing win on Monday Night Football, and then you got to prepare for Sunday Night Football. Don't snag a win against those Chiefs, because you got those Aints coming to town right after. And the Aints handle business against the Panthers. But then think about it. Anybody can beat the Panthers. Hell, a doggone middle school team could beat the Panthers. So Falcon fans do. Did I say something wrong, Kerry?
I think that is. No, sir.
So Falcon fans, don't trip. But I just want to let y'all know. What's up, Terry?
I think that deserves a wow, sir.
So, the connection is so choppy tonight. The WoW's not even playing. Terry, is the WoW playing for you?
There it is. There.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not hearing the WoW, so the connection is choppy.
Neither am
Big
I.
shout out to Sanu too as well. We're gonna get him back on the
Yes.
channel. The connection was super choppy, and he was in his house, right?
Yep.
So that lets you know that it's a StreamYard issue. Kerry, you was having connection problems too as well when you joined. You couldn't hear us for like the 5,000 time. We're like, Kerry, just join, rejoin, try to get back in. It didn't work. So we're gonna try to do our best to get Mr. Mohamed Sanu back on the podcast.
Yes.
Also, I'm looking at this game on NFL Network. Did the Cardinals blew a lead too as well on Sunday?
Yeah, they did. They did.
Falcon fan, there's a lot of week one wows and woes going on right now. The Falcons was one of them. So please be prepared for this game Monday night in Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field. Yes, your boy Jack Spade will be there. Look, the IG is right there. You want to go to the IG to see what's going on in Philadelphia this weekend. I'll be posting everything right there on the IG. Kerry, I know you have a lot going on, and we do appreciate everything you've done here for One Time for the Fan. But you say you have some stuff to do. I guess Manchester City. What they have a documentary or something coming?
No, they got a game on Saturday, and then obviously Falcons Monday, football Sunday. It's going to be a good weekend. But no, before I head out, I do want to say shout out to all the Falcons fans that I met, including Lisa, who's in the chat. It's always nice to see her. Another diehard Falcons fan. So shout out to her. Shout out to you guys. But most of all, shout out to Sanu. Like, I'm so thankful that he showed up to the podcast, took time out of his day to talk with us, even if it was for a short time. I know he was having connection issues, but he's already said to us that he's willing to come back and join us for another podcast. So that's awesome. So look forward to that as well. So, yeah.
Hey, Kerry.
Let's beat Philly.
What?
Let's beat Philly.
Let's beat Philly. Let's
Philly.
shock the world.
Hashtag let's beat Philly in the chat. One-timers, y'all were great too as well. When Sanu joined the podcast, the amount of Sanus that just hit the chat was amazing. That's what I love to see from the fan base, and the amount of positive comments coming from the fans too as well about Sanu and what he's done here for Atlanta. That's great to see from the one-timers in the chat, because this is what makes the chat. This is what makes the show, right? It's from the fan. It's for the fan. I'm glad you guys can see that. But
Tanya.
we did it for you all. Me and Carrie, the back and forth with Sanu about picking the time and didn't get everything situated it's for the fans, right? Wait, we didn't want to do this next week or 2 weeks from now. Like, we wanted to make sure that fans can say, "Wow, this is great that you guys randomly surprised me with an appearance from Mohamed Sanu." So big shout out to Carrie, big shout out to Terry.
Yes,
Bodie, you finished?
Bodie, oh, that's cool.
Shout out to
big shout out to
Bodie
Bodie too as well.
You know what? Bodie's at home minding his business. 15-yard penalty on Jack. Unnecessary roughness.
What I do?
Unnecessary roughness. You know what
shout him out.
You know
big shout out to Tanya in the chat with the beat Philly. Hey, it's going down in a major way. Fans,
that's what's up, Tanya.
Are y'all going to Philly? I heard there's some fans that's heading to Philly. Carrie, if you have to dip out, we definitely appreciate you here on One Time for the Fan.
Good night, guys.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Good night.
Thank you again.
Bye, everyone.
Falcon fans. Falcon fans.
Best producer in the business. Carrie.
When it comes to having producers for your podcast, Carrie's one of the best.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Entertaining. When it comes to talking Falcons football, we can laugh about an interception. We can cry about a loss. No, I'm just playing. But Carrie has definitely been a great help here One Time for the Fan. So big shout out to her. Of course, she has a lot going on.
What up, William?
Falcon fans. What's up?
I said, what up, William?
There's a lot of Falcon fans we couldn't shout out earlier due to Sanu being here. You know how it is with the special guest as well.
Oh, yeah.
We love to go to the comments in the chat and everything, but with a special guest, and I heard other content creators say it too as well, it's difficult to get to all the comments with a special guest, especially during a time frame too as well when you're trying to talk to people. And of course, tonight with the connection issues, it's like, okay, we just want to get these questions in. Let's talk to you, but we're going to get them back on the channel for all fans here in the chat. But that's what happens on One Time for the Fan when people can take the time out of their day to join up. So give Sanu a big shout out, give him a thank you, tag him, and just give him your respects over there because he's done a lot for the Falcons on and off the field too as well. Terry,
yes, sir.
You ready to get to some upcoming events and shout outs, man?
Let's get to some upcoming events and shout outs, Jack.
Let's do it, man. There's some Falcon fans here that want to know what's going on.
I got Terry F. Baby on the phone. Hey, Terry, how's it going? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he said it was so close, Jack. He said it was so close between you and the guy that they chose. They just felt like, I don't know, he's playing now, and they only had the one tape of you and the 80 on the run. So they went with him. But they wanted you to know they appreciate you applying for the position, and they would consider you in the future for future positions. So there you go. Yeah.
Did they really say that, Terry?
What was that?
Did they really say that, Terry?
Oh, he won't be doing water boy. No, he won't be doing water. Okay.
Shit.
Thanks. They were offering other positions. I don't know, Jack, but I figured you wouldn't want to do that. So, it's okay.
Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Let's head to some upcoming events. I don't know why StreamYard is StreamYarding today, and that is disappointing because a lot of people use StreamYard. So I guess we caught the wrath of StreamYard tonight for going live at our normal time.
Yeah, that we've got. Maybe it's a lot of people streaming right now. Maybe the bandwidth is in use.
Bandwidth is going crazy. Falcon fans in the chat, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. All right, let me pull it up here. I got it right here. I know some fans like, yo, Jack, what is going on? You're doing so much here with the fan base. Yeah, man, it's all about the fans, bro. Terry, how many times we talk about the fans? How often do we talk about the fans, bro?
Talk about them every day, Jack.
Every single day in the chat, we talk about the fans. I'm talking about in a good way. We don't talk about fans in a negative way. But we always try to find ways to say, hey, look, how can we do this where the fans will enjoy this? How can we do this where fans can say One Time for the Fan is doing that? Chef Matt, we back on the podcast too as well. Don't forget about the Chef's Corner. Chef's Corner's coming up because we're going on the road.
On the road.
It's time to get on the road. Bus trip to Tampa, y'all.
I thought it was on the road again. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Who is that?
Not much of a singer, but apparently you are. Any American Idol participants in the chat? Go ahead and put a 1. Big shout out to all the content creators. We're going to do a pop-up show for you all. We're going to do a pop-up show tomorrow. I promise. We're going to do a pop-up show tomorrow. Right? Let's say, I don't know, Terry, 7:30, 8 o'clock. We'll do a pop-up show. We're going to get some people to join us tomorrow night and have a good time. We'll talk some Falcons football. We'll talk Falcons Eagles. It will prepare us for breakfast with One Time for the Fan Friday morning. There is no Sunday show because we're going to be in Philadelphia for the Falcons game too as well. So fans here in the chat, know you're hitting the road this season. Rise Up Tour Fan Club got you covered. Get on the bus, y'all. Bus trip leaving Saturday, October 26th. And you'll be coming back Sunday, October 27th after the game. $150 per person, y'all. Get on the bus. It's right over here. This is the hotel and game ticket not included, y'all. Don't forget. Sign up at the riseuptourfanclub.com/Tampa. Terry, how you feeling about this bus trip, brother?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I can't wait to get down to Tampa, man. I'm excited about it. I think you and I are going to see Kerry down there. So, hopefully we can drinks and party and whatnot and have a great time. But I love Florida. I love Florida. So anytime you get a chance to go, it's great. I'm excited about it. And I'm really looking for us to go down there and beat up on those Tampa Bay Bucks and kick some arse. And I think we will. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait. And looking forward to being on the road with you, Mr. Jack Spade.
Yeah. Hey man, hopefully I get over this small little cold I got. But yeah, you'll definitely be on the road this season in Tampa. You talked about Carolina too as well. Well, guess what, Terry? Bam!
Bam!
A bus trip to Carolina coming up. Bus trip, Falcon fans. So you're getting these bus trips out the way. Yes, we do have some other things planned in the city. So I know y'all thinking about, wait, it's just a bus trip in Tampa? We do have something else planned Saturday night for you all. Also in Carolina, there is a tailgate too as well, Falcon fans. So if you want to be a part of the tailgate, it's $40 for members of the Rise Up Tour Fan Club. And it's also $50 for non-members of the Rise Up Tour Fan Club. So if y'all want to go ahead and that was a good hit. If y'all want to go ahead and get up on the bus to Carolina, you see the information right there too as well. Once you head over to the riseuptourfanclub.com, you'll be able to see all the trip information as well. To keep things rolling, so I know fans are excited about this upcoming season. I know fans are probably heading down to New Orleans, but you're looking at those flights, looking at these car rental prices. Terry, you don't want to fly to New Orleans, but you said you want to come down there and hang with the big boys. You want to party with the big dogs. So Pastor Troy said he got some seats left on the train. What? Pastor Troy said what? He said get on. He said get on the train, man. Get on the train, Terry.
Get on the train, man.
Terry, your thoughts about this train ride to New Orleans? Is it possible there may be a T-Will sighting on Canal Street?
It is possible, brother. It is possible. I'm working on my wife, so but it's possible. It's definite possibility. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait, man. Hopefully we can go down there and kick ass, and hopefully that's not the only trip to New Orleans that our Falcons take this year, right? Wouldn't it be great if they took 2 trips to New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
Played in 2 games in New Orleans?
Already trying to look into that right now as well. Those Super Bowl tickets. If the team does make it to that point, around week 15, week 16, most teams know, hey, y'all, going to the playoffs. Might want to get your playoff tickets ready. That's what outrunning the South is all about. And I think it can still happen, even losing the first game of the season.
Yes,
but Terry, New Orleans Falcons Saints in November. Pastor Troy, Rise Up Tour Fan Club. We're heading down there. You heard about that party in New Orleans, didn't you?
I did hear about that party, sir. I heard it was legendary.
So
Like,
you were there the other day when you were talking with Miss Cindy,
yep.
Rise Up Tour fan club member, and she mentioned to you
And shout out to
that was
Miss.
the time that she joined the Rise Up Tour fan club because she went to the party in New Orleans. But did she
Right.
tell you about what time she got there? Give the fans in the chat a little bit about the party in New Orleans, Terry.
She said that it was standing room only, and she got there on time.
Mhm.
Okay. It was so to put it in context. If any of you have ever seen House Party 1 or House Party 2, let's go with House Party 2, where they rent out this dorm or this cafeteria in this dorm, and how that place is just packed. That's the vision that I got listening to what what's
Miss
her,
Cindy.
Miss Cindy. Thank you.
Mhm.
Why I want to call, and I met her. I talked to her for like an hour. So Miss Cindy, wherever you are, again, nice talking to you. But yeah, no, she described it like it was standing room only. As a matter of fact, I think someone that was with her saw you try and get in the club, and you were on time. And they were like, "No, you can't get." And he was like, "I'm
They
over here."
stopped me from trying to get in the club on time, and I
Right,
was the one that's throwing the party.
right, right. So, but yeah, Miss Cindy and her husband were a lot of fun. I talked to them at length for a good, I'd say maybe 30, 45 minutes, but just great people, fun times, had a ball, and looking forward to seeing them again. Hopefully they'll be in New Orleans.
They
Why?
will definitely be in New Orleans. I believe they are on the train too as well.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Falcon fans in the chat, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Fan just asked me about Carolina. What's up with Carolina? I'll show you what's going on with Carolina. You got the tailgate going on in Carolina that Sunday when the bus arrives. I don't know what the hell. What the hell? What is he doing there? Falcon fans. Oh, he's driving. Oh, come on,
Something on
Thomas.
the grill.
What?
Looks like that's something on the grill.
Did he throw him on the grill, or is Thomas running him over with the truck? Falcon fans,
Thomas
tailgate.
is probably running them over with the truck and while the grill is going.
Shit, tailgate in Carolina Sunday morning over there, October 13th. $40 per person if you are a member of the Rise Up Tour fan club. You have to present your badge and your lanyard too as well. And if you're not a member, $50 per person, but you can see it on the bottom of the screen, the Rise Up Tour fan club.com/tailgate. Now let's take it on over to Vegas.
That's a Vegas trip.
That's a Vegas trip. Big shot to Country. We're gonna get Country on the show too as well coming up, man. We gotta talk some football with Country and some golf. So you're heading to Vegas, Terry. You're looking for something to do. Looking for a spot to hang out with some Falcon fans.
Yep.
On Sunday morning too as well. We got a nice little brunch for you all. Sunday, December 15th. So you can see it right here on the screen. Rise Up Tour Fan Club.com/Vegas. Football and brunch watch party. You want to get your tickets for this because it's gonna sell out. Matter of fact, I can tell you right now, we bought some tickets for some people the other day, and the numbers just continue to go up. So, Falcon fans, big shout out to you all for representing with the Rise Up Tour Fan Club on the road. And of course, Sunday night we're doing the takeover. And if you're going to Vegas, you want to be there. If you're going to Vegas, you want to be there. Doors open at 8. Party starts at 9. The $20 tickets are sold out. So I think they're going for like 30 now. Is it going for 30 still? T, you can hear me? Is it going for 30? It's going for 30. It's still going for 30. So Falcon fans, get your tickets for this event. We got some people pulling up too as well. So we want to make sure y'all having a good time for that. VIP sections are available. So I know some fans asked me about the VIP sections and all this other stuff. Y'all, these club lingo y'all be talking to me about like I be in the club. But yeah, man, it's going down in Vegas. What the hell is that? Looked up on the damn VMAs and damn twerk party going on. But yeah, Falcon fans, you want to make sure you get your tickets to that party in Vegas, and of course the brunch too as well. Next year we have the Sun and Fun Cruise 2. I'm sure you guys heard about it this year, the Rise Up Tour Fan Club. We went on a cruise to the Bahamas with about, I think it's like 150, 200 fans. Can't remember. It was a large group of fans. But we're doing it again, running it back for part 2. So make sure that you get your tickets for this event too as well. Tickets, but you definitely want to book your room. What am I talking about? Going to the Bahamas on the Carnival Sunrise. So it's $150 due when you book your room. Make sure you mention that you want to do the evening dinner package too as well, the late dinner package. So you can be sitting down with all the Falcon fans. So big shout out to you all in the chat. Terry, how you feeling over there?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Doing well.
Snap. Okay. Let me see what I got here. Got one more thing. So I know some fans were asking about Philly. Philly. Kendrick drop. Everybody's in the chat with the Kendrick. What did Kendrick drop?
I don't know.
What did he do?
Kerry was saying earlier.
Can we find out what Kendrick Lamar just did? What did he drop?
I have no idea.
Album, song? What do you got? Let's see if I can bring this up here real quick, Terry. Let's see here. Terry, your expectations for this week against the Eagles as I get ready to pull up two more flyers here. Is this team going to be mentally and physically prepared to go out there and beat the Eagles, or some people would say it's the same old Falcons? What's your talk about that?
I don't think it's the same old Falcons, but you have to understand, empires are not built in a day, right? They went out there, first game. Obviously, some folks had some jitters. Obviously, some folks were a little rusty, and we saw the performance. Do I think that performance will be the same? No, I don't. There are some things that they need to do. They'll probably need to hold this Eagle team to 20 points. They will need to at least get 2 turnovers. They will need to not turn the ball over. They'll probably need to be able to run the ball some sort of outside stretch zone. And maybe you give McGarry some help, but you're gonna have to block for Kirk. You're gonna have to figure out a way to do it, and maybe run more play action, right? And I don't know why we're not running play. I don't know if maybe they felt like with TJ Watt on that side that it just wasn't beneficial for Kirk to run any play action because he wasn't going to get a chance anyway. Hopefully that's not the case. I don't know, but I feel like you're going to have to do more play action than just one play to win. But I think they're going to be okay. Will they win? That remains to be seen. I'm not ready to make a prediction yet. I do think that they will play a lot better than they did this game. And the good thing is our defense showed up last week. Defense travels, baby, and so do run games. So we'll be okay. Just my thoughts. Jack, you ready?
Fans, we will definitely be okay. I'm ready for Philadelphia. It's going to be a tough game, hostile environment on the field and off the field for fans in the stands. But I see news, sports, HBCUs in the chat. Big shout out. You said, be real, guys. Falcons overestimated Kirk Cousins. Will come out and light it up. Everyone keeps saying it's early. Yep, but it's getting late pretty quick. Make the call before it's too late. Falcon fans,
yeah.
Unless Kurt seems to be injured or a health concern seems to be a problem, it looks like they're going to play Kurt all the way up until the end, in week 16, 17, wherever it's going to be. Now, you're going to see times where fans are going to be calling for Michael Penix. I heard fans yelling for Michael Penix after that second interception on Sunday. But the good thing about it is it's the start of the season, and you have a long season ahead. So let's go ahead and try to get back on the right track. I don't think everybody's questioning the ability of Raheem's coaching or Zach Morris's play calling. It's the first week. I think we're all just a little bit upset. A lot of overreacting too as well. Not saying this comment is overreacting, but there's a lot of fans who do believe, hey, you should put Penix in the game. Kirk Cousins is just not the guy. And I do have some friends who text me on Sunday and said, you see, this is why we should have went with Michael Penix. This is why we should have played in the preseason with Kirk Cousins and some of the starters. Falcon fans, we are fans, but we do know the game very well. But let's still believe in Raheem and the vision and the outlook of what this team could be. Because you come out there Sunday or Monday and light it up against the Eagles, it's a totally different team. You go into week 8 with a winning record, it's a totally different team. You go into that Minnesota game in December with a winning record, it's a totally different team. But I've also been that fan. Even back there in the Matt Ryan era when we was winning. I've also been that fan who would call out and be upset that we would lose a game and not think about there's another week or 2 more weeks or 3 more weeks. I'll just be the fan like, why the hell we lose this game? Why the hell he throw that pass? Why the hell this coach can't do this? Oh, shit, we play next week. I used to be one of those fans too. Now I'm really getting past it, Terry, where it's just like this team can be much better than that. Hit the locker room, get back mentally prepared, get back on that field, watch some film, do whatever they have to do. That's why I was hoping that I can ask Sanu those football questions because he was on a roll with the off the field community efforts too as well. I mean, that was just going great when we was asking him about that. Because Terry, he played right into the question too as well, because he was talking about his, what he's doing off the field already. So it's like, okay, bet. Well, let's go straight into those questions versus the football question, because we want to know more about Sanu. Otherwise, in football, we've all seen him play football, right? So when we get him back on the podcast, we're gonna get some more questions and answers from Sanu. So don't worry, Falcon fans. I know some people showed up here and said, "Damn, I miss Sanu." It's okay. We will get him back on the podcast soon. Big shout out to News Sports HBCU too as well. Fans that's heading to Philly. I know y'all in the chat. Fans that's heading to Philly. Pull up Saturday night.
Pull up.
Fans that's heading to Philly, pull up Saturday night. The Rise Up Tour Fan Club presents. Got a college football watch party. Now, you know there's some games that's going to be played this Saturday. But, of course, with this event, we start at 7 because there's a special game that plays at 7:30. And I'm sure you guys know from looking at the screen what game is being played this Saturday. College football watch party. Y'all know how we do it when we're on the road, man. A lot of fans love watching college football, and the Rise Up Tour Fan Club is going to make sure that y'all can enjoy watching football as y'all get ready to go watch some football. So the college football watch party is this Saturday. It starts at 7 o'clock. We're going to be at City Tap, 100 North 18th Street, Philadelphia, PA. It's going down in a major way. Matter of fact, let's just go over, Terry, quickly. Let's just go over some of these games that they have here. I mean, they have Ole Miss and Wake Forest playing at 6:30. They have the Texas game and UTSA playing at 7. They got Nebraska after that big one over Colorado playing Northern Iowa at 7:30. Tennessee and Kent State play at 9:40. But at 7:30, them dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go out. Them dogs play Kentucky. So we're going to make sure fans can have a good time, relax, come have some drinks, come eat some good food. Got to pay for it. But come on out and have a good time at City Tap. We're going to be out there this Saturday watching the dogs play Kentucky. And of course, it's the evening game, 7:30. So we might even turn it into like a little party environment, man. You never know what can happen here with the Rise Up Tour Fan Club. That's where fans is going to be coming to Philly on Saturday. So if you had the opportunity, if you're going to be there early, pull up to the party this Saturday evening for the Georgia Watch Party. And then Sunday, we have some information too as well we'll share for you all to come out and have a good time too. So Falcon fans, we do thank y'all for being a part of One Time for the Fan tonight. T-Will, we're going to be back tomorrow night because a good friend Country just hit me up. He was like, "What's up, man? I'm trying to talk Falcons." So, hey, let's go ahead and get Country over here tomorrow, see if he can talk some Falcons for a bit. Right? So, Terry, go ahead and take it away, my good friend.
Shout out to all of the wonderful fans who tuned in to this wonderful podcast and joined us, those that have been with us before and those that are new to One Time for the Fan. Please do not be afraid or forget to like, share, and subscribe. I am T. Will, a co-host of One Time for the Fan. Love to be here every Sunday night at 8 p.m., Wednesday night at 8 p.m., Friday morning at 9 a.m., and sometimes pop-up shows. I also have my own channel for my ATL Sports 1. We have 3 shows. We have How About Those Braves, which appears anytime Saturday. It can be Saturday afternoon, every now and then Saturday morning. We have How About Those Falcons that is aired usually when our feature show on the network, which is ATL with TNL Sports Falcons Talk, or Atlanta Falcons Sports Talk, I'm sorry, with one Miss Lisa Shepard, who happens to be in this chat. Our maiden voyage, or our debut episode, is coming up Friday at 7:30. And we would really love for you all to join us so that we can talk Falcons and maybe have a few surprises for you. Last but not least, you can like, share, and subscribe, please, for my ATL Sports 1. And we will see you guys at 7:30. I want to thank God because without him, I would not be here. Thank him for everything he does, everything he continues to do. I want to thank Carrie because she really worked hard to go out and secure Mohamed Sanu. She did just that. That's a great job by her. She is the best producer in my mind's eye, and I'm so appreciative. I want to thank Bodie just for being Bodie. And last but not least, I want to thank Mr. Jack Spade. Oh, and also thank Mohamed Sanu for joining our podcast because we really appreciate that. And hopefully we can have him back. And hey, Jack, you know what it is. You know how I feel about it. Let's keep doing it, man. Onward and upward. As long as you keep inviting me, I'll keep coming back. And I'm going to defer to you. Let's go.
Hey, Falcon fans, it's going down in a major way. Just want to say thank you all for joining us here on One Time for the Fan tonight. Y'all see it on the screen. It's going down in Philadelphia, y'all. College football watch party. Them dogs play Saturday night. We're going to make sure that we're all going to watch it together. Y'all seen the college football watch party in Arizona. Y'all saw the one that we did in Tennessee. Oh, my God. You saw the one that we did in London. Oh, my gosh. London. Man, when I walked in that building, I almost shed a tear. First fan I walked up to, I said, "How did you find out about this party?" He just showed me a text message with the phone number. He said, "My friend's sitting over there." I didn't even know who neither one of them were. But I saw they had on their Falcon and their Georgia gear. I saw that they said that they traveled over 30 minutes to get to that from train to train to train. You know how London is when you travel. Sonia Norwood, matter of fact, Sonia Norwood knows. I walked to that tech. Sonia was right there. Sonia saw that when she walked in there for that Georgia watch party. Man, Sonia, we had that place lit. In a tunnel. In a graffiti lit tunnel. I'm talking about everywhere you look was just graffiti. Hell, they was over there doing graffiti on the wall as soon as we walked outside the building. Cops standing right there. I was like, y'all don't arrest nobody for doing this? She said, nah, they can do whatever they want.
Damn.
I said, oh shit.
All right.
She said London's cool. But big shout out to everybody that's showing up to Philly this weekend. The Philly watch party is right there. We're going to be at City Tap, downtown Philly, man. It's going down Sunday. We'll have some information for you too as well. Matter of fact, I might post that tomorrow or Friday for fans that's heading to Philly because we want to make sure you guys can enjoy a good weekend before we go smack up those Eagles. So big shout out to y'all. In the chat, Terry, what a show, man. Big shout out to Mohamed Sanu. Big shout out to Carrie.
Yep.
Big shout out to Bodie 3000, man. I'm talking about every one of you content creators out there that's doing this. This is fun, right? You guys should enjoy it. Long season ahead, Falcon fans. So just be prepared for this team to do great things coming up. I understand that, we couldn't beat the Steelers, but we can beat the Eagles. We can beat the Chiefs. We can beat the Saints. Any other team on the schedule, we're going to go ahead and take care of, man. You're hearing it from One Time for the Fan, man. You know how I feel about it as a fan. I think this team is going to do great this season, right? So I'm not fast forwarding to December or January just yet. Taking it one step at a time, one day at a time. So let's just all be prepared for what Raheem and this crew can do, right? Shout out to Terry. Shout out once again everybody, man. Raheem, the whole gang. Kirk Cousins, Bijan Robinson, man. You guys are the reason why we do this podcast, right? Chat is live. Chat is always lit. Tomorrow night, Terry, we'll be back. Pop-up show.
I'll see you then, my friend.
Hey, man, let's do it, man. One time.